Hello and welcome to the third load-in of game number 2. We are here with the EMS 1 group stage, sponsored by RaidCall. It is summer 2013 Group C. And we have here the winners bracket finals. Mouse Sports beat 4FC to get here. Well, Red was able to beat Alliance in the best out of 3 to get to where they are right now. Though, of course, this is the second game. I think I just said that, but if I didn't, Mouse Sports was able to take first game. So let's see if Rat can force out a game number 3, or if Mouse Sports will take a 2-0. And the result that we have, if Mouse Sports does win this matchup, then they will be the one to go to Poland and to go to the LAN playoffs, because that is what they are fighting for right now, the LAN playoffs. And oh my god, I have not seen that skin before, ever. Are you seeing? Oh, hello. Well, we are not by myself. I'm not by myself. I am joined by MusikDota, who is doing the stats for you today, and Kanaz is my co-caster. Kanaz, would you look at that Chen?
Chen. Looking at Chen. Chen. Which...
Dire.
Oh, he's got like the tiger?
I haven't seen it before. I didn't know it was in. I have to learn Chen right now.
So you can ride a tiger?
So I can ride a tiger.
It's like a snow leopard. Can't you just play like Marana?
That requires skill shots.
Oh, Shen's easier to learn with micro than
I don't know.
skill shots.
I don't know. We have, of course, got Mouse Sports on the Dire side. The draft has already been done, as you can see. We had a couple of remakes due to some internet connections, and the first remake was actually done because Black accidentally pressed leave game. Happens sometimes. But we have got Zizou. He is standing in for Fada, who had an emergency that didn't allow him to play. Zizou will be playing the support on his beautiful Chen. We'll have Sinrin playing the Nix, or Sin Assassin. And oh my god, look at that counter word already being done here. Really nice. Wasting 100 gold of the enemy. At least countering some gold there. We have Black on the Gyrocopter once more, on the top lane once more as well. We have got Pass on the Lifesteer on the off lane, and that will leave Koikfa on the Clockwork as the solo mid up against a Doom. And I will leave Rat in the Dark for you to introduce.
Yeah, and for Rat in the Dark on the Rain side, we're going to have Boogie playing the Doom in that mid lane. Their off lane, and who's actually going to be jungling, is Spin once again on the Nature's Prophet. And then their defensive tri-lane, we're going to have Lepiz. On the Sand King, the stand-in Norty. On the Rubik, and finally Carry being handled by Sifla, and that will be Phantom Assassin.
Yeah, and up against the Lifesteer. Lifesteer won't be having a real easy time, and he hasn't spec'd anything yet. He knows that he might need either a slow or a rage first, or maybe even just the feast, just to get some more HP back. It just really depends on what he thinks is needed. For now, he is going to be okay-ish, but he's not going to get any last hits here. Like, he can say that goodbye.
So it's the first time Doom and PA on the same team. And I think that's probably for a reason. It seems unusual to me that they would be on the same team. They're both gonna kind of be somewhat vulnerable, I guess, in this early to mid game. And once they get some items up, and the Doom's a little tankier, the PA has some damage, they can start doing a lot of work in these team fights, but they have to get there first. And I kind of expect Mouse to try and make that as difficult as possible for Rat.
Yeah, Pass might have some trouble here, gets Burrow Strike. Still level 1, Spin comes in as well. He doesn't have a Sprout though, but he might just try to go for some body blocks. We still have no specs yet for Pass, and he gets harassed here a lot. Look at that block from Spin. This could actually be first blood. The rage is still going to be there, but the right clicks will go through. The salve is being ticked off. They will rock onto the high ground, but that was one miss coming off from Spin, and they will have to let him go, I think. Some trions being created, some vision there as well. We do have another telekinesis. They're looking for him. They're going to dive the tower. Telekinesis there, and that is going to be the first blood. Goes the way of Lapiz. Spin takes a lot of harassment from the tower, and Gachu comes off from Lapiz. That was a long chase for that one. In the meantime, there goes a Doom. The gank was there as well from the Chen, as well as from Sinrin. Came into the mid lane, and that's Doom's vulnerability. Like you just said, early game, they can't really offer that much in terms of sustainability. They have to get carried a bit before they can start carrying their team.
Yeah, it's going to be somewhat difficult for him to survive, I guess. If he gets caught in cogs, it's terrible for Doom. He doesn't really have any armor, so if he's just stuck there sitting next to Clockwork while Clockwork's right-clicking him and he's getting hit by the battery assault, which of course Quakefoot is leveling as his primary skill. It's just gonna kind of be a dead Doom, especially if anyone tries to show up.
Yeah, we see that Synderen finds himself a Sand King, so Bug versus Scorpion. Nice Sandstorm. Just had enough mana for that, only just though. There is an Impale, of course, so if they want to dive this, they could actually decide to go for that. I'm not quite sure why Lapis is still wanting to sit here.
Synder's just waiting it out.
Ah, nice escape route, by the way. But no, actually, I take that back. Oh, he tried to deny the tower. He might actually go down for that. Now he gets an Impale. Here comes Black, but the Rocket Ride was too far away. It's kind of cute that he almost got that, though. And look at Quake from the mid lane, just dominating Boogie right now. And with those cogs also, we saw already that Boogie had a lot of trouble with getting his mana up. And the thing about a Doom is, in theory, no matter if you deny creeps for him, he'll always get some farm because of his Devour. But if he doesn't have mana, he can't get Devour up, so that will be a bit of troublesome for him. But he has got that bottle, so I guess he'll get some mana there for Devours at least before he gets cogged again. 14 for 1 for him, while Quakefight sitting on 16 for 8 in terms of last hits, fairly even, apart from of course the kill. And those cogs are just really annoying for Boogie. You can't really get in range that much.
Yeah, and him losing mana is pretty disruptive for him. Like you were saying, the Devourer, he needs to be able to cast that, but he also wants to be able to cast that Scorched Earth as often as possible, simply because that HP regen is very powerful, and if he ever gets caught in cogs, having that HP regen and the damage to go in Quakefoot can help try and turn it around. So I think we're somewhat worried about how much mana he's going to have, and if they're going to just try and do a ton of bottle crowing for him to keep him in the lane, because right now he's struggling a little bit against the Clockwork, and of course he did die already once.
Yeah, and I see a question in the chat right now that is actually fairly valid. Like, why is Mouz dire again? It basically goes like this. For game one team has the choice of if they want to have first pick or second pick, and the other team has the choice of if they want to go Radiant or Dire. And the second game it gets turned around. So it's basically the choice of the teams. So maybe Red wanted to go for Radiant, or maybe Mouse Sports wanted to go for Dire. Depends on what they have.
Mouse Sports picked Dire first game, and Rat picked Radiant this game is really what it just came down to.
Yeah. Then I mean that's why Mouse Sports is twice on the Dire side. We do have Puss having a bit of a tough time. He is trying to go for some Ancients. He does have Boots as well, level 3, so I guess it could be worse. But we can compare him to the Nature's Prophet, and Nature's Prophet is sitting at level 5, and he is getting some farm, and he's gonna go up to his Hand of Midas soon as well. And overall, it is Lifestealer that is kind of dropping behind right now.
Yeah, it's not really surprising that Lifestealer would be having trouble. He tried to sit down in that bottom lane for some time. It might have been worthwhile for him to just abandon immediately, and they're going for a gank on Paz.
Yeah, let's see if they get the Burrow Strike in here. Paz, no rage. There goes the Burrow Strike. Telekinesis there as well before he can do anything, and that's going to be a kill for Sifla. Bit of a sleepy Paz there. I think he could have raged to dodge the Burrow Strike, and then he would have had a better chance to walk towards his tier 2 and actually find himself a way out.
I don't think he had sight.
No, there were some trees, but is it actually was? There
was that tree there, I think, blocking them. Yeah. It might have had. He might have needed like instant reaction times, and it's
what,
also
you mean he doesn't have instant reaction times?
Yeah, it's also possible he wasn't really watching his hero. He was watching like forward a little bit by the tower or something, and I don't know. I'm kind of surprised he's not going to the jungle. I guess it's because he wants to leave it for Chen, but
yeah, look at how much farm that Chen gets though. Like he had himself a Satire, and he was able to shockwave that camp a couple of times, and he got himself so much gold. That will be a very fast mechanism coming off from him, and he already has Boots, so it's not even straight mechanism. Looks like Paz is gonna get ganked again though. They're thinking like, okay, you know, it worked once, why wouldn't it work again? So they're sitting behind the tier 1 again, and they are trying to kill off Paz here. Probably will dive with the creep wave that is coming in. Paz should have an idea that this is going on though, considering Sifla is pushing out the wave. But he is sitting around his tier 1. We do have a gank at the same time in the mid lane as well. A Troll Summoner will be coming on with there. We have an Impale. And we've got, of course, the target being Doom. He does have his Doom. Looks like this time Paz is able to get away. Let's see if he is indeed... Yeah, he is fine. And actually, look at that. They are gonna try to take him down here on the bottom lane. Hook shot in. Get the Rubik. Level 4 telekinesis there. Out of the cogs with you. And Rubik trying to run. Won't be able to. He'll be the victim here. The rest of Red walks away, but I think we can consider this a trade because at least Doom didn't die, right? I think he would have died if he was ganked.
Yeah, the focus gets drawn away from Doom, and they also have to do TP scrolls for that. And they only end up getting the 1 kill. Maybe they thought they'd be able to get more than just that.
Yeah.
But everyone just kind of retreats right away and leaves the Rubik, which is the right call there. They're not going to win that fight with the Clockwork dropping cogs. It kind of leaves PA in an awkward position. And unless PA gets like really lucky, I can't, I guess, say that they won't win it, because if PA gets like awesome luck, he gets like 3 crits, that could change the fight very, very easily this early in the game.
You never know. You never know. And one thing that I also want to point out, of course, I mean, there's 2 hard supports upon Red, as in we have the Rubik as well as the Sand King that are not getting anything apart from the things that they get in the lane and the things they get with roaming and with kills and maybe with some jungle pulling as well. Well, on Mouse Sports, there's only one of those supports. There's only Synderen, who's by the way already level 5. And it looks like they're still gonna go for Doom here. The Impale is there, Test of Fate as well, and Boogie will end up dropping here. No hope for him as he falls. But of course you have the Chen there as well. So all in all, Mouse Sports is getting ahead in terms of farm. I mean, we can kind of compare Pass to the supports, I guess, almost. And just compare the jungling Nature's Prophet to the Chen, in which case the Nature's Prophet is still ahead because of his Hanamitis, but it's at least a lot more closer. Pass, trouble. Still no crits though. Need those crits. We have Mouse Sports in favor of the gold. Tower going down on the top lane helps with that. Experience graph going the way of Mouse Sports as well, with the last kill of course going their way. But still always very even.
Yeah, definitely. Everything's just kind of sitting around being moderately passive. There's like a couple ganks coming out in the mid lane, in the bottom lane. It's been like bottom lane getting ganked repeatedly by Red, and then Mouse trying to gank mid lane several times. The real important thing though is Black is in the top lane, and he's leading on last hits, and no one's been up there to even look at him again.
Deja vu.
And so this just happened last game, and I don't know if they just didn't learn their lesson. Maybe they're hoping because Fam Assassin's doing much better than the Lifestealer, and also can carry a little bit harder, I think, as the game goes on than the Lifestealer. Maybe that's their plan. They also have Nature's Prophet, who's focusing, I think, a little bit more heavily on actually just sitting in the jungle, farming away, and trying to go top and be a nuisance up there to their pushes.
Hook shot up a Lapis, Impale there as well. Nice Burrow Strike though, dodges the Impale. And that's gonna be Lapis staying alive. Nicely done for him. Don't walk back now though. Please. Thank you.
There's no mana in Synderen.
Nope. He does have the mana boots. He is also level 6. So that will be some ganks incoming. I mean, we already said that both the Doom and the PA, they need some extra time to get their farm up. And it's probably Mouse Sports that want to try and make that time worthwhile for them. So using their Clockwork as well as their Nyx Assassin, maybe with some Lifestealer bombs, if that Lifestealer is going to be level 6, going to be infesting up on Synderen, they can find some easy pickups. Talking about the Lifestealer, he is dead because he got doomed on the bottom lane. There will be a tower going down as well with the two, actually the 2 harder carries. They're the ones to get the kill in the end. Nice core teamwork right there.
Syphil misses the last hit, I think. Probably didn't need to do that. Should have waited and made sure he got the last hit on the tower. I don't know. But definitely good for him to be able to get that tower. It helps catch Syphila back up to Black. He's still ahead by a little bit in terms of net worth. They're going to get
having some trouble here, trying to run away. He does have cogs, but he drops them. We'll be able to get away with them again. Sentry ward being placed to counter the sentry ward and the other ward. They will be able to do that. Although that one sentry ward will vanish before it goes down. Oh well. But that was Quickfire getting very lucky. There were 4 heroes surrounding him.
Yeah, they committed a lot to the gank and really just weren't able to finish the job, which is kind of annoying for them. They didn't have a lot of spells. Like Doom didn't really have mana to do much of anything. He's also only got level 1 in level death, so it doesn't hit very hard. Had no Doom. They capped him off the tower, which is helpful. They keep the chip damage on that mid tier 1 as low as possible, so it's going to be harder and harder for them to actually take it down. But yeah, things still pretty close to even.
I think so too. Kill score 3-3. We have the PA and Black being fairly even in terms of net worth. Though now PA drops very low, of course, because she is disconnected. But she was about on par with Black. Slightly lower, but oh well. Got the Nature's Prophet doing really well for Red as well. Just Doom is kind of dropping behind. I mean, he is 800 gold below the the Clockwork. And even though we know that he had a tougher mid lane, I'm still quite surprised the difference is that much.
Yeah. I think Doom has moved around and didn't really get as much done as maybe as he wanted to. The couple times.
And he died twice, I guess.
Yeah, he's died twice also, which hurts pretty bad. Not only because he loses some when he dies, but because he's not in lane farming during that time. So things like Doom's not doing well, but he's still doing better than Lifestealer, which is important. Lifestealer like almost as bad as Rubik right now, so I don't know how much we're going to be able to expect out of him from this game. If he gets some space made for him, maybe by the gyrocopter starting to get active a little bit earlier than maybe he normally would, or just by Quakefa on the Clockwork able to move around, set up kills, create pressure anywhere on the map so that Lifestealer can farm. It could be pretty big for him, but... Oh, Sifla.
Sifla, yeah, the cogs are there. He can't jump himself away anymore. He goes down. Slightly over-enthusiastic. Did he not see that Clockwork was around there? Or did he hook himself?
No, he couldn't see Clockwork.
Oh, well, that's then a bit sad.
He's hiding like right there. You can see the ping.
Nice setup gank.
Yeah.
Mechanism 4 minutes, more than 4 minutes faster. Pass will go down mid lane. He just escaped to gank bottom and goes mid and dies. Yeah, that's how it works.
Yeah, Pot's not having a lot of luck this game. They're really doing a good job of shutting him down. The more unfortunate thing though is Clockwork's doing pretty well at this point, and again, Black, he's 1,000 net worth ahead of PA again with that death on PA.
Yeah, that was just really painful for her. That was the first time that she died, and going down there, I mean, we just said like it was fairly even, but that kind of things will make it go the way of mouse sports again, as we do have Sifla getting harassed here a bit by Synderen. Synderen gets sprouted off. Sifla jumps him in. Burrow Strike's gonna be there as well. Nice spike Carapace, but it's not gonna be enough, or is it? Do they have not detection? They don't have detection! You're gonna go on a level 6 Nyx Assassin without detection. Congrats to you.
Yeah, works out pretty much how we would expect. It was also a very, very good Spike Carapace came out from Synderen there that caught right in the midst of a Burrow Strike, which is the spell he needed to block with it. Would have been also pretty hilarious if Famous happened to crit right then or something silly.
Ooh, yeah.
But yeah, but everything's works out. He gets away. He has to use his ultimate for that. He has a pretty long cooldown at level 1.
In the meantime, hookshot misses because of some Treants being or blocked there, or some gen creeps actually. Duven infest now up on Quakefa. Sifla in some trouble, jumps himself away. Courier will be fine as well. Nice Sprout on the cogs. Locks Quakefa in. Are they still gonna go for it? Doesn't look like it. Mechanism being used by Chen. Test of faith upon the Rubik. Telekinesis is gonna be there. Nice epicenter Burrow Strike from the other side of the trees. That is gonna be one. Chen send home and a body back. Quakefa running himself out there. I mean, I was following Pass, who was invisible. He wanted to initiate on Lapis with help of the Clockwork. The Clockwork was gonna hook in from the river, and we only heard it, but I mean, we saw it on the minimap. Clockwork actually hooked a Chen creep. And that's why they realized it was going on. So everybody came there, and they were able to take only 1 kill of that, but still wasted a lot of time of mouse sports. And killing off that Chen, of course, for the first time in the game, pretty decent as well. Because he was very high level when I killed him off. He was level 8. It's one of the higher levels in terms of supports. As in Sand King and Lifesteal are both level 6. And yeah, Rubik now also level 8. I don't think he was before. Ooh, hook shot, top lane, gets spin. Spin will go down. I mean, there's really no hope for him.
Yeah, it's tough as a Nature's Prophet. If you get caught by hookshot and you're stuck in cogs, you can try and like move the treants closer to try and block some of the barrier assault, but it's really, really difficult unless you get very lucky to actually manage to teleport out there. Yep. So he goes down, and that's a good game for Quakefa to get. If they're shutting down the Nature's Prophet, it's definitely helpful as the game goes on. If Nature's Prophet gets a lot of farm and starts split pushing, it makes things a lot harder for mouse sports, especially with how kind of under farm pauses. Like you were saying before, you're actually grouping him as a support, which is kind of miserable when it comes to pause. And we're gonna have a disconnect, so we'll probably see a pause here.
Yeah. We are gonna have a 4-step also up on the Clockwork. I really like this item on it. It kind of like allows you to lock people inside the cogs and get yourself out again. I mean, you were just saying earlier. Like Doom, it might be able to turn it around if he is the one that's stuck in the cogs. If you get yourself stuck with a Doom or a PA in the cogs, you want to be able to force yourself out because you don't want to be stuck in there for too long. So just lock them in there and yeah. Wow, Fury an average 1.5 more deaths per game when going up against a Clockwork. It is a bit of a counter. I mean, if you want to try to go split push, you're normally doing that by yourself, and Koifa, he'll be rotating and trying to find you and kill you off. And that's going to be something that most Clockworks will try and do and stop the split push from happening. What time do you think that Rat will be ready to do a bit more? I mean, they go for the Radiant still on the Doom, I guess? What do you reckon?
I don't know. I'd be somewhat surprised if they go for that Radiance. It looks like he's going for it with the amount of gold he has, but I think going for something that gives you armor and survivability in the fights is typically a lot more valuable to a hero like Doombringer than actually just having the Radiance and sort of relying on the standing in the middle of the fight burning. Because he doesn't have that armor. Like, we see he's sitting at 6 armor right now at level 11, and Black's going to be getting damaged. So if he takes a lot of physical damage from Black, from Lifestealer, even if Lifestealer has no items, but he'll still hit decently hard. It's hard to say. I think like maybe something like AC is probably better, or even Shiva's, but he goes Shadowblade actually. Waits until he has the money for all of it. So it's more of an initiation sort of role instead of the hard carry, and he's going to rely a little bit more heavily on Sifla with an item like that, doing all the damage in these fights.
And Sifla hasn't even shown yet what he is going to be building, apart from Helm of the Dominator that we are going to expect soon. Only picked up the Morbrick mask so far. It's got 1900 gold in their inventory. They will see Roshan go down in favor of Mouz. Black has got his BKB as well, so I think Mouz ports are looking pretty solid. They might try to go for a bit more action soon. They have only got 1 tower down. There's only 2 towers down in the entire game. And if you compare that to last game, it's a lot more even than it was before, though there is pushing power on both teams that is actually quite decent.
Yeah, and it's really a very close game, and anyone can take it at this point.
Yeah, the gold graph sitting below 500 gold difference, experience graph. I mean, it's all almost not mention worthy. I mean, the only real thing that I think Mouse ports might want to have is just a bit more farmed Lifestealer, because when they get that, like when you said, like when they create space for this guy, they'll be getting ahead real fast. Because then they all of a sudden got and Black and Pass being 2 solid cores.
Top lane.
Ooh, TPs are gonna come in as well. Quakefire getting doomed up, will end up going down. Synderen comes up, nice impale boogie. Shadowblade showing for itself and no detection. Synderen though, he's not done just yet, looking for Spin, but Spin also has a Shadowblade. Shadowblades galore. We'll walk into the Chen, but that's gonna be 2 people home safe, and they get a Clockwork in return. Very important pickoff.
And the immediate gem picked up by Cinder, and he's like, 2 people just got away because of Shadowblade. Not again.
Fuck this shit.
Never
gem.
Again. Buy a gem right now. So they'll have that gem for the next fight, and if they have the reveal there, at least one of those heroes dies. At least one. Possibly both. Probably not both. I think they would have had to commit a little harder on Doom, and then Spin gets away. Yeah, because of the split. But they definitely get one there. Like, Doom has no escape if he doesn't have the Shadowblade to get away with the stun that comes out from Cinder. So, yeah, the Shadowblade already working wonders. They didn't know that Doombringer had it because he bought it completely from full.
Yeah, Synderen.
And here they go.
I mean, Sentry Ward goes down here. They want to try and catch Boogie. Test of Faith is going to be there. He looks to be okay, though. Nicely done. 2 Sentry Wards used by that, but Boogie gets himself away.
Yeah, just can't quite get the damage. Again, Paz doesn't really have anything. He's level 9 on Lifestealer at 20 minutes in, 20 and a half minutes in. No items picked up. He's getting close to a drum, finally, but like he's sitting on face boots. So things not going well for him still, and that's why they can't get those kills. He just really can't put out the damage that he needs to. Not without some sort of lockdown.
Oh, Lapis might be in some trouble. Quakefire might be looking for a hook here. Does have it off cooldown. Has got the gem for himself, by the way. He's the one that's going to carry it. Here comes some reinforcements, though. And this is trouble. For the Doom, at least, if he walks too far forward. Oh, now he sees that Sentry Ward getting killed off, so they realize something is up there. He won't initiate with that. Burrow Strike hits upon Black. Black, trouble. Black lands a cooldown. Here comes Quakefire as well, helping out. It is gonna be the PA and the Sand King that end up dropping. Here comes the Impale. Make sure that the Rubik also goes down, and everybody else was already backed off. It's gonna be a tier 1 tower, and this is Mouz ready to fight some more. I mean, they take out a tier 1 tower here and might actually try and do more, considering they still have an Aegis. Black is very low, though.
Yeah, and his BKB is on cooldown, and it's for quite some time since that was the 10-second BKB charge. But they did force out the BKB charge. Maybe Black, didn't need to use it. It's possible, but Like, he used it to be safe, just to make sure. And they're actually might go on Boogie. Is anyone else close? Not really.
Nice back Carapace up on Nature's Prophet. I mean, they want to take some towers for themselves. Oh, Sprout up spin, try to TP out the cogs. Ah, he can't do it. He can't do it. He goes down.
Those are really good calls by Quakefa to push him out of the trees.
Yep.
When he knows he can't get close enough to keep the battery assault on him. So another good pickoff, and Mouz, if they're getting these pickoffs, they're buying time for Paz to catch up.
Yeah.
And there's another one.
Hook shot in, the gem is there. Boogie, you can't get away this time, and he goes down as well. This is starting to look a bit grim for Red.
Yeah, definitely. And Cinderin still's trying to make something happen. I don't know if he'll go on Lapis. That's really aggressive of him to try. Still got quite some time. Norty, though, that's, yeah.
Oh, wow.
When the Rubik walks up next to him, though, it's like, that's a target. That's the guy we can kill.
Yeah,
It
Vendetta.
just takes him out immediately. And now that tower in the mid lane is completely free. Like, Lapis can't even do anything. If he even looks to go in with like a burrow strike to initiate, he will die pretty much immediately to Gyrocopter. Quake was not there, they don't know that though, and he does have the gem, but it's way too risky.
And Phantomus hasn't finally showed what she is gonna build with the gold that she has. He wants to go for BKB. Look at that increased win rate when Black is playing the gyro. That is quite sick, actually.
Yeah, it's a really high win rate.
Yeah.
And I don't know how many of those games though that is where they just ignore Black.
And
Like,
how much of
this
them
game,
were
last
before
game,
6.78?
also certainly pretty relevant since he did get a little bit of a nerf. The nerf wasn't like huge though, and Gyro's still been kind of a pretty common pickup. And it seems like most teams aren't super concerned with like the flat cannon cooldown nerf. Still a powerful hero.
Yeah, very
Black
much true.
sitting in this bottom lane, his Aegis is going to get reclaimed. This could be a good timing for Ret to try and go for the gank if they can get him down like immediately after the Aegis goes down, and maybe he doesn't have the timing exactly right. But it doesn't look like they're really moving out. He's sitting around like half health.
Yeah, and they take a tier 1 tower in return for some pressure on the tier 2, and they might actually just give up their tier 2 knowing that they probably can't fight. I wouldn't think that they are ready to fight. I mean, we keep talking about Phantom Assassin and Doom needing some time. Phantom Assassin still needs more time, even. Black will be sent home there, by the way. But until they have their items up, until they think they can fight, it's all about trying to make sure that Mouz is not getting all the other towers and starts bashing on the tier 3s. They need to find space constantly to keep those two cores farmed up. Hookshot in. They find Boogie. Boogie Shadowblade won't save you again. He dies. No Doom coming out of him before he dies again. Lapis will get impaled, will get killed off. Double kill for Black, or killing spree for Black rather. Synderen gets telekinesis. Looks like he is still trying to go for the Rubik though. 4 staff forward for Quakefa, looking for the cogs. But the impale will be there first, not even cogs needed. There we go. That's a double kill for Quakefa, at least 3 down. Tier 2 tower still lives. Nature's Prophet was able to get himself out, and of course Sifla wasn't there because he was farming. He actually finished up his BKB. So that will be good for him. But he needs more. He needs more items, I think, still, before he can go face to face with Black. Look at the net worth difference. Also, it's just painful to see. 5k difference between the two almost. About-ish.
Yeah, and like the BKB is an important pickup for PA. It allows her to get in the fights, trying to deal the damage that she can. And like if she gets that a little bit earlier, and maybe if Black gets disrupted at all, even a little bit, maybe just a small amount, a little bit. I don't know. He doesn't get that MKB because he's got an MKB at 24. He hit it like 24 minutes. He's up to 2,500 gold past it now, and that makes this PA so vulnerable to just dying to Black in the middle of the fight. She doesn't really have that much HP, like 1,300, and relies heavily on that 40% evasion.
Yep.
And of course, MKB just takes that all away.
Yep, and that's gonna be one sad PA, I think. Nice ancient stack again, picked up for Black, or stacked up for Black rather. 2,500 gold in his inventory. He still hasn't died yet this game. I mean, no real surprise, he's been left alone. We also have something that might be a bit more surprising, Synderen that hasn't died yet. He's been on 9 out of the 14 kills. He's been having an amazing game. He's got his Blink Dagger, he's got his Urn. Wait a second, haste rune up on Quakefa. He might be looking for some blood here. With an Aghanims completed up for him as well. Nah, no blood for him.
Yeah, so he's going to have those short cooldown ults to keep going in, and it's working well for Mouse Sports thus far. They've been able to catch Boogie so many times in these fights with Clockwork, and if Doom's just taken out, they can't use him to try and take down the gyrocopter and spin now.
Yeah. That gem is really causing them some problems. I mean, Spin will die. No surprise there. He walked the wrong way. If he walked the other way and TP'd out there, he would have had a lot more luck, but no, can't do. And it's actually Black that picks up the kill with his cooldown, so he gets some extra gold for him. He's got 4k again. He's just a farm machine. Picks himself up the Helm of the Dominator. I mean, his gold per minute is 614, with the highest for Rat, which is the Nature's Prophet, even though he just died, is 390. That's just not even funny anymore, almost.
Yeah, and Paz is creeping up on Doom in terms of net worth, only like 30 behind, and Paz got destroyed in the early game. Like, Doom had some trouble, but Paz got absolutely demolished, got nothing in lane, got killed everywhere he moved on the map, and like, Boogie, like, he had some trouble. It's just, Lifestealer is able to catch up. When you have another carry on your team that's doing very, very well, it's hard for you to do anything about it. Like, you can just come back. The Lifestealer comes back because he can just farm, and he's in these fights where he's getting experience, he's getting assist gold just by standing around. Yeah,
he doesn't actually have any assists apart from one. He died 4 times, but I mean, because he gets the time, and indeed, like I said, because he just is around those kills, he gets that gold, and it looks like they're going to be able to secure a next Roshan as well. We'll be up in just a second, a couple of seconds rather. In the meantime, looks like Red tries to find someone of Mouz. I mean, they probably have a Roshan timer as well, so realizing, like, if we pick someone off right now, we might be able to take the Roshan for ourselves, but they're in the wrong place. And they are going to be, they're going to be rotating. They won't have the Nature's Prophet just yet. He sticks around in a tier 2. And when Mouz doesn't come to defend, you know that something is wrong. The question is, do they want to go in there, or do they just want to take the tier 1 mid? Looks like tier 1 mid will suffice for now. Sinrin, coming from the side, finds himself a couple of people. Vendetta being used there. He finds a lot of people, goes for spin. Oh my god, that pause!
That feels really tactical, to be honest. So they can see when Synderen used his ult there.
Yeah.
Even through the fog, you can see the animation. He was right next to them.
As well, yeah.
So they knew that he was there. That's why Spin immediately, like, chucked. Yeah. So they're saying they're lagging, but that one seems a little sketchy. Whatever, we're gonna get back to the fight. We'll probably won't affect things, hopefully. I don't know. Spin's able to immediately Shadow Blade, gets away as a result of it.
Yeah, Sifla turns on his BKB, but isn't able to do anything. Black already with a triple kill. Doomed or not, he barely is losing any health. There goes the last one that was around. We had the Sand King. There was still... I mean, he has a Blink Dagger, so he has got this Burrow Blink Epicenter combination. But he just wasn't able to use it. He didn't lose any mana or HP in the fight, and only now is TPing himself out into safety. But that was... I mean, Red just got wiped. We had the BKB turned on by the PA, but she just didn't do anything apart from trying to hit the Clockwork a couple of times. Then Lifestealer emerged from him. It was game over at that time.
Yeah, it's just another fight that goes the way of Mouse Sports, even with the sort of questionable pause. Red aren't in a position where they can really do anything at this point. Black is just, once again, way too big. They doom him, but, like, Doom doesn't do really anything. He's gonna cast Flat Cannon at the beginning of the fight. Yeah, he doomed Black, and it's... he casts Flat Cannon, and then, like, he doesn't care if you doom him. Like, the rest of his spells don't matter. He gets the Flat Cannon attacks off, and by the time the Doom wears off, Flat Cannon will come off cooldown, so it's whatever. And now he's got his Butterfly done, so he's nigh unkillable for right at this point with the Aegis, the Butterfly, Helmet, the Dominator, probably goes Satanic or something next. And it's like, again, Rat, they just didn't try to fight Black, contest his farm at all. This time they tried to out-farm him by getting free farm on their PA. But Mouse Sports did well with their moving around. They were able to get the ganks on PA, and Rat just never made it happen.
Yeah, supports from Red just... I mean, you have got this combination with the Burst Strike Telekinesis thing, but they never really try to do that much with it, or at least not against Black. I still think, like, the 2 games that we see from them, like, if this is gonna be the last game, they've had 2 games that had Black on a free farming gyrocopter on the top lane, and I mean, that's like... By the way, that was a solo kill for Koik for Onage being called right there. 5 kills in a row for Mouse Sports, and they are, like, free hitting the tier 3 here. Jump in from Sifla, turns on his BKB. Black actually taking some damage this time. Boss is gonna be the next target though. Sifla actually changing targets right there. It is gonna be Boogie that dies first. There still goes the Aegis. Pass. Hand of God keeps him up. It's already the Doom that's dead. PA goes down as well, but bought back. Buyback from Boogie as well. We'll be back here shortly. They want to defend their racks. I don't think it's gonna happen though, or is it? Burrow strike up on Simran, pass to alive for the moment, eats himself back up to full health on the Doom, who goes down again! Just like the PA, the GG gets called. Black with a double kill, team wipe on the side of red, and nobody went down on the side of Mouz in that fight where they actually burst down 4 cores of red. 2 cores die, bob back, buy back, die again.
Yeah, they doom Black, then they initiate on Black, and then right before he dies, they're like, oh, that guy has Aegis, let's go kill someone else.
Yeah.
So they leave Black alive. And he just does so much damage, even with that Doom on. Like, what does he care about Doom? It's doing some small amount of magic damage, like whatever. He can't cast spells once again, but he's just right-clicking your PA while that's going on. And if PA's getting right-clicked, she's dying because she doesn't have that evasion. So it's like, again, a just really awkward fight from Rat. They aren't able to do much of anything, especially since they changed the focus and they didn't kill anyone else. They just did damage to Paz and he got healed up by Urn charges. Yep. But a good game. Mouz take it pretty convincingly. Like, Rat were farming well at the beginning. They were getting a lot of kills on the Lifestealer, but unfortunately those kills were only on the Lifestealer.
Yep, and of course, with this, Mouse Sports will be at the LAN playoffs in Poland. So congratulations to them. This is the winners bracket finals of the RaidCall EMS 1 Summer 2013 group stages. This is Group C, and Red versus Mouz. They got here because Mouse Sports was able to beat 4FC, who was facing Alliance today because Alliance lost to Red in a best out of 3 yesterday. And the winner of that best out of 3 that was happening like at the same time as this one, I believe Alliance came out on top of that one, will be facing Red once again. So I'm expecting that to be Alliance versus Red. That will be casted by Toby on his channel, Toby1Dota on Twitch TV. And they will see who the second team is that goes to Poland for the playoffs. Because 2 teams of each group go through. There's 1 team of America that went through, which is EG. And then there's 1 spot that's going to be filled probably by one of the number 3 positions in either of the groups. There's going to still be a playoff between those teams. Of course, with me here today were 2 people. The stats that you saw came from Music. If you want any shoutouts, Music, you can do them in the overlay things. I already saw you plugging in the Twitters. And that's of course good. You can follow us on Twitter indeed. Of course, with me also was my co-caster, Kanaz. Do you have any shoutouts for yourself?
Yeah, shout out to Funes, Dr. Z, Vasquez, and that Slyrogue. And again, follow me on Twitter at KanazDota or Twitch/KanazTA.
Okay, make sure you do that. And of course, for myself, you can follow me on Twitter at SheeverGaming, as well as subscribing to YouTube, Twitter, follower, Facebook. It's all under the same name, all under the name of SheeverGaming. You can also check out SheeverGaming.com for if you forget where to find me.
The Roche timer just came up.
Yep, it will respawn in 5 minutes. Oh, there we go. Twitch TV, just MusikDota. He's also a caster, by the way. And Twitter, Music Stats. So you can check him out on Twitter as well as on Dota. And, yeah, there we go. Let's jump ourselves out of this game. And, I will tell you what else you can watch next to EMS as well, one as well, as I normally do that. So stick around for that and have yourself a good night otherwise.